Hello, Big Beefy Burger Butter here, then another episode of Binding Rather Pens. You know, I can play greed mode. I'm looking at that. Play greed mode. So we're gonna do that. On Lilith. So let's just ignore what happened in the last episode. We're not too worried about the fact that that happened. But you know what, like, yeah, we shouldn't even have to have played that run, because again, something spawning, like, on top of you is a terribly designed boss fight, and we're just gonna ignore it. Now we're gonna go to a fun character. Not doing alt path, we're playing greed mode. We get to be Lilith, who's really strong in greed mode. Like really strong in greed mode, actually. Because, in the starting rooms, you can get a bunch of familiars. And your familiars are already doing the mega damage, and then you can use that to kill things fast, which is pretty easy when you can have a bunch of guys like these ones, and we get to be in the same room. You just don't like leave the room. I think we can do one more. Is usually what it is you can have 4 of these guys, and then you could have one charge ready for the last floor. I want one of these bombs to get knocked into that tinted rock. Probably not gonna happen. Barely got it. And it was worth walking into those guys to ensure it. See, that's why you do that. That's a wow. What we call a 1/2 a soul heart. But bonus, like that's a plus there. Also, we got a bomb for it, which is also really nice in greed mode because bombs are like, they're very versatile in greed mode. Like, I'm just not. But yeah, nothing too eventful since last time I recorded. I got a little bit of the modding stuff done. And then I started another. I'm not fully committing to this one, but I started a new sprite. That's a different character this time. That's pretty fun. And then, on the other note, is, I mentioned I was playing Neopets again because, you know, I'm just gonna relive my childhood a little bit. Every once in a while I go back. A couple of years, I'm like, let's see where Neopets is at right now. Let's see where the Neopets. And I got, now there was this thing I was trying to do where I wanted to get a chocolate Cybunner, which is just like the color and species of the thing I wanted to get. And I got it. I got the little bunny. Through some really unique strats. Also, I'm really glad I get a space for item on this character that's designed to. Can we just put like their starting space for item in the tainted slot for real, so like I don't have to feel completely like upset when I see something I can't use? Like that's just like, it's annoying at this point. Stop doing it. So here we go. Is it gonna be another space for item? Let's see. Something not good though. Wow. But yeah, I got it. And I think I got it because I spent money. I think I spent money and the game was like, literally gave me one. Unless I missed a random event that spawned it, I don't think I did that. But I'm not gonna make too much of a deal about that. We're gonna go ahead and use that. So that's gonna be like one of the best things we can get. Because that means we'll have an extra charge for greed when we get there. I should have used this, by the way, which we are. I'm making a buffoon of myself. So I'm only gonna do one extra guy, and then we'll go ahead and we'll tally it from there. Basically, it can ensure us that we're gonna have extra charges. But yeah, I started doing some extra stuff in that children's website. Being I was like going through my old items, being like, okay, well, here's some goodie bags, and goodie bags are just, you know, they're a goodie bag. They give you a random item, and I looked at all the items, and most of them are like very inexpensive. So like the option was either open them, because I hadn't done that yet, or sell them for ridiculously high expenses, because that is currently what they are valued at. So I did that. I made that decision. I wouldn't think that just like a goodie bag like that would be worth like 1,000,000 points, Neo points. That's the currency in the game. But that's what we did. That's how I did it. I sold them. I sold all of them. Well, like there's a couple that need to sell still because you know they're the cheaper end and more common ones. So not everybody is willing to just purchase those. But yeah, that's cool. So now I have money in that game again after spending a lot of it on map pieces. So I can RNG my my guys in the RNG game. Because that's basically what Neopets is it's just like random chance. It's like Gambler the game, but surrounded with cute marketable creatures that you can collect and trade and battle and dress and feed and other things. And get bored. But yeah, I'm glad I got the thing I saw shortly after being like, how's this thing going? I want that color. And then I got that color. So that's cool. So now I'm going to continue to have it be a vegetative background thing that I barely participate in. As any adult should do. Yeah, I can enjoy my childhood a little bit. I don't care about their controversies. I know they've done some silly stuff in the past. Come on. I'm not gonna have a huge fuss about them chasing a company that's had a downward spiral of losses for a very long time, trying to make stupid things and lower the trust of their player base. Because that's just like what companies do. I left the room before doing that, but we will get the extra charge. No, you don't get the extra charge from that. What are you, stupid? Could buy the trinket. I don't think it's gonna be useful. We can do this without a guy, right? It's not gonna be that hard. It's just 2 guys in a normal room. Yeah, I haven't played too much of the this game, obviously. I obviously when I mention something, it's gonna show up like a month in between because like at this point I haven't even uploaded the first episode of me mentioning Neopets. And you're probably still like on even older like clips because I recorded stuff before I did all the dailies that I had to do for the Crack Crown and the other achievements, and yeah, those aren't uploaded yet. I keep mentioning that. So like the timeline of like what you're seeing compared to like what's actually like happening in the real world is kind of like just messed up right now. And that's fine because you know, I just speak of what's on my head. I'm having fun playing the video game most of the time. But those lost runs were soul crushing the way they ended. All of them. Even the one I won. Just so you know, a console is disabled again. Because the reason I did that is because console was enabled. And I had it enabled because modding stuff, yeah. So it won't happen again. I promise. If I can beat Ultra Hard, I can tell you that like that me having attacks spawn on top of me is easier than Ultra Hard. So like I don't feel bad. And I do feel bad about getting a fucking spacebar item again. But that's not the worst thing. Because we at least got a pretty huge increase for the next floors. Especially for the greed fight. Now if I could get car battery, that's like the craziest thing I could get. It's not gonna happen. But I can dream. And it's also not necessary. D100, it strikes me as interesting. Like obviously I do it every time I see D100. and the amount of spacebar items I've gotten really makes me not want to do it, but like I feel like I have to, right? Like I have to pick D100. So when I get the spacebar items to do it, well, yeah, okay. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna do D100 because there's an ancient rule for all the characters that start with spacebar items that I'm gonna say the game sucks. I can't do it because then I'd be getting rid of the character's gimmick, which will 9 times out of 10 kill you. So we can't do it. Thankfully we got a shield item because that would have been like horribly undoable right there to have that happen. So as much as I want to do D6 shenanigans, I can't do D6 shenanigans for the simple reason of the character was not designed for it. I don't think any character was designed for D6, like D100, D6, all this, like, you know, D8. These are not the dice that do these. D funny, D's nuts. D4 is the one I'm trying to think of. So it's like almost 9 o'clock. It's like bedtime for most people, right? But I can't do it because the character needs to have the item to start with, or you are throwing the game. And I have proven this in the past before. I think by picking up on this character, Smelter, which is an item I think is like really fun, but I was just not allowed to use because something, I don't know, something particular that's not really too enjoyable for the average player. It's just not having the ability to swap your spacebar item. I mean, you can, but you know, again, you're dying if you do it. So we're not gonna do it. Sorry, D100. As enticing as you are, I don't feel like tempting fate with the fact that I would get like the worst things I could. I am also debating just hitting the spacebar in this guy, because this isn't even like the devil. Is this not even the Satan fight music? Yeah. It goes boom, boom. That's what it sounds like. So yeah, we're gonna take Birthright, and hopefully like this will be an Angel Deal item, and if not, at least be like a chest with some black hearts or something in it. Maybe like a guppy item in particular. Really, any guppy item would be effective for me. At the very least, like something like Guppy's tail being a guppy item, so it can at least be touched. Guppy's head being another item that is in fact in the game. What does a Birthright do on this character though? I feel like it does something with familiars. I remember something like that. Which is always like good. And I don't remember what it does with familiars, but I think it's a pretty good Birthright effect. So we're gonna be happy when we get that Birthright. Yeah, so that's Guppy's head, which I mentioned, but it's also Death's Touch. I'm just gonna go with Death's Touch, and then say we really don't need the Guppy head. And then we'll take Birthright and Meat, probably. BFF's actually better than Meat, sorry, Oh, they stick closer to you. Okay, so that's what it is. So yeah, basically we just counteract what the character does, and then ignore the game. So yeah, that seems like a pretty strong synergy, like a thing we could have done. And I'm sure like when we get more and more familiars, this game becomes even easier. So let's go buy a key, and just like say that this floor doesn't even exist. That's another extremely strong item for this character. It's gonna be worse for the waves. But for the regular mode, like well, not the regular mode, this is the regular mode. For fighting the boss, though, it's gonna be kind of ridiculous. And I'm okay with that, because, obviously, the whole point of the video game The Binding of Isaac is trying to overcome the difficulty that the game can overlay with you, but it's also getting these silly synergies. And we are definitely at silly synergy land. I know, is the spider duplicating? I don't think he does. Until you've been hit. Which is, it's definitely going to be sweet when I just delete most of these enemies. I could have gotten another familiar, by the way, but I don't need it. And who cares? Because, like, look at our damage. Our damage is crazy, and our pierce is also just going to let us kill, like, anything that we shoot at. So, basically this run is just, like, still just better than 80% of the Lost runs I've played. And I'm okay with that. Like, hey, not everything has to be, like, funny. I mean, even with 2 synergies, we still had, like, a pretty low amount of damage and couldn't instantly kill the boss. And that's the only way you know that a run is even viable. Is if you can, like, easily kill them. I'm trying to fish for some like, items, because they're cheaper. And I know that we could just go there and do that, but, like, maybe we don't need to. Maybe walking out of the door and it was not the right decision. And then we'll just go. So we are low on health. That's the only thing we're really missing. I'm gonna try to get some money just so I can buy some soul hearts. Hopefully we'll, like, see 1 soul heart this entire game. I can't buy the thing. Worst case scenario, we got strength card. Do not lower my health. Didn't do anything to it. Okay. But it did lower our range. How much does that matter to us right now? How much does our range matter right now? It seems like it matters quite a bit. Range is definitely a stat you want to keep pretty high in greed mode. Yes, it is definitely taking longer to get charges back. That's the last charge we'll do. Other than that, I think we're pretty good. Like, 4 scythes for these normal floors is gonna be like the regular thing we want to do. And then we'll just continue spamming spacebar whenever we've done enough damage with our outrageous synergy that like greed will not even know what hit him. What's gonna hit him is like 20 scythes a shot at a solid 6.8 damage. 6.9. You want to round it up. That's something that can happen. Like, give me some black hearts. Those are not black hearts. I could sit there and do that forever. We really only need the soul hearts, so I'm gonna try to fish for them. Those are not soul hearts. This car battery. I'm gonna go ahead and take car battery. I know, I know, like, I'm low on health and all. We should buy our key and at least get that item. I know we're on low on health and all, but, like, you can't look at that and tell me that that's not, like, a good option. I mean, we got our hearts right there. See, that is actually why I bought the glasses item, because going into your secret rooms for free like that, like, in greed mode, is actually very good. So I was expecting to at least see, like, maybe 1 or 2. Arcano and Vision. Fortunately, it doesn't do much for us, but I can have a dream. And we saved the rest of our money. We got soul hearts in this room, so that's easy. So we just save up for the money. Double tap that, and now we have 5 guys. So we're gonna use it 2 more times, since now we can afford to. One more charge, and that will be it for this greed. Hopefully, like, bombs spawn and a bunch of the shopkeepers, and we can get some extra money on the ground like that. Because every single coin I get from this point on is gonna go towards increasing my health, as it's it's still pretty low. but like with the amount of damage we do, it's not a luring stat. But just to be safe, because we don't really need to spend it on anything else. And then we just go fight Greed and kick his ass, and it's gonna be the easiest like fight we've ever done. I could take Rotten Baby. I'm gonna take Rotten Baby. I'm gonna take Rotten Baby because I think it's gonna be like extra fun. Let me hydrate real quick because I haven't done that yet. I know I could have waited to the floor, but I felt in the back of my throat a failure. And now I know what you're gonna say. Oh, I already bombed, so let's just do it like this. I was gonna do that, and we'll go buy those. We don't actually need to. If this drops a coin, yep, we just get 2 more soul hearts. So there you go, officially, all risk is gone. We're just gonna go beat the boss now with our strength card. Because if we didn't have crazy damage before, we have a strength card with Terror Cloth, car battery, super ultra mega delete guy. So it's just buff. And let's see how long it takes to kill Greed. I can't imagine any longer than like probably 1 minute. With your strongest attack probably being that one. I thought it was fully charged. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. I'm gonna be honest. This is what you look for in Isaac. Is so much like attack that you can't even like do anything. And then you're gonna give me like Curse the Unknown. I think that's unknown. Like I care. Pretty much everything you could want in a Greed mode run on this character, and we got every single one. Like that's kind of ridiculous. Just get some more of them in there. Uh-oh. You hit me. Congrats. I'm gonna give you a little false gold crown with your name on it, saying that you hit me once. Congratulations, dude. I got duality, and I get to tell you that you suck. I get to leave, and I get to win. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a like. I'll see you in the next one. We'll move on to more of the funny character. Don't do it! Don't do it!